Hi, Gabriela. I just want to say thank you so much for meeting with me today. Can you tell me a little bit more about yourself, about your previous job experience?
I have about 15 years of experience in human resources. I've done benefits, pretty much a generalist role without the actual generalist role titles. My most recent employer was Kano. I was a benefits analyst, and that entailed to do invoice reconciliations, making sure that if anyone within the company was going on a leave, so basically leave of absence maintenance, I handled that. I was making sure that all the new hires were entered into the system. I would reach out and make sure that they were informed of all the benefits that Ghana was offering. Um, then before that, I was with Lennar for about 18 months. And in there, I was in HR operations. So I was more on the technical side of HR, basically any pay changes that came about, I entered that into the system. Manager changes, I created job profiles. I also did a lot of testing. So we worked hand in hand with payroll alongside with HRIS. I was also part of, we actually launched the HR department at Lennar because everybody was doing pretty much everything differently all throughout Lennar. So the work was centralized, which is when I was hired to come into Lennar. So basically, job profile creation, I was with, they're working with the Workday, the system, just like Gano also. And uh, what else did I do while I was at Lennar? Job profile creation, if there were any edits that needed to be made to the job profiles or the team members' profiles within Workday, I corrected that. We did EIBs, and that's basically a mass upload into the system. If they needed something to be uploaded, for example, if a job or a company or a job code or anything of the sort was created, my team, the team that I was part of, we actually were the ones to process that. Prior to Lennar, I was with Chewy, and pretty much it was the same thing, except I was also handling phones. So if team members needed their password reset, they also work with Workday. I would be the point of contact for that. If they needed anything to do with benefits, they reached out to me. If they had any sort of questions throughout their tenure with Chewy, they would contact me and the team, which is HR shared services. So anything and everything related to their time at Chewy came through my team. We actually launched, there was a project where we were going through the different fulfillment centers to introduce ourselves and let the team members know, who we were. And basically, it was because we were mainly corporate when I was there at Chewy, and then eventually we went to help out everyone across all of Chewy. So I was part of that project, which was actually pretty fun. Um, so we were handling phones and we were working with servants now, which also I did while I was at Lennar. So Workday and ServiceNow, I'm very familiar with it. I am also familiar with PeopleSoft, Lawson, ADP. I've done 401k. I've done benefits. Pretty much everything under the HR umbrella.